Hi there, this is Steve Miley for FX Explained, and now we're going to go back into the Forex Zone. Well, in today's Forex Zone, we're going to, as usual, take a look at the major currency pairs: Euro versus dollar, pound dollar, dollar CAD, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, and US dollar versus Japanese yen. So let's kick off in here with the Euro versus the US dollar. In a week that was dominated really by the Fed, but didn't really have too much of an impact on prices in here. So Euro dollar's been very erratic in here through this week. The real price action was all last week after the ECB, when we had that plunge low and then strong rebound from just above this 109.24 level off of 109.26. As I say, erratic activity throughout this week, but the market retains a kind of positive, resilient tone, and we do see the bias to the upside going into today up towards 110.82, 110.82, 111.09, 111.10, and maybe up towards 111.16. So upside pressures for Euro versus dollar, and it's the same for the pound in here. A really strong push higher in here for the pound over the past 24 hours. Positive comments from EU Juncker in here on a Brexit deal can be done, reinforcing the previous break above this key 125.18 level that we saw on Tuesday of this week, and that was a signal to send the intermediate term outlook to more bullish in here, having signaled a more neutral tone in here through 123.10, but the market stayed strong since the push through our key 123.10 level, reinforcing Tuesday's break in the last 24 hours above that 125.18 level. An upside risk now 125.63, 125.78, potentially up to a 126 handle for the end of this week today. US dollar, Canadian dollar now, a resilient push higher for the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, and we did get that whipsaw action on oil at the beginning of the week after the attacks in Saudi Arabia impacting on the Canadian dollar. I'm seeing some Canadian dollar strength initially, but a weakening again in here, the Canadian dollar, US dollar, Canadian dollar higher, 133.10, 133.39, upside targets potentially going into today. If we go and take a look now at the Australian dollar weakening here. US dollar retains its positive tone in here. Australian dollar rolling back lower in here, taking out some important supports at 68.09 and 67.91. Downside threat 67.75, maybe this key 67.56 level going into today. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar, grinding lower in here since the middle of September, eradicating this strong push that we saw at the beginning of the month, down through supports at 63.62 and 63.23, and now really threatening this 62.67 low on a break of 62.82 and a more bearish theme through there. Let's finish off with the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, prodding higher in here up through this downtrend line that comes all the way here from April of this year. That's kind of signaled and reinforced a more positive tone that was previously signaled by this 107.57 break in here that we saw back earlier in September. That's been reinforced in here by the break of the trend line, a setback in here over the last 24-36 hours. But whilst above 107.75, we're looking for a rebound back higher into today, and then potentially back up towards this 108.48 peak up here into the end of the week. This has been Steve Miley for FX Explained. Please do follow us on the YouTube channel, like us on YouTube, and we'll be back with you next week for another Forex Zone. So traders, don't forget to catch us again on the Forex Zone, and also check out all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.